Right, what's your name?
How's it going? Coach Messina. Nice to meet you, buddy.
Nice to meet you.
Hello, everyone. It's another episode with Coach Carl. We have y'all boy Carter here, the fan favorite. But we have somebody special. We have a legend. We have the legend, the myth, the one and only Coach Jake in the building, man. Coach Jake, tell the people briefly who you is and what you represent.
So I'm Jake Messina. I've been coaching varsity football now. This is year, I think, 29 or 30 for me. And some in the Bay Area and some kind of half and half in the Central Valley, so Merced, and now up in the Sac area. So, yeah, man, happy to be here and help you guys promote your platform a little bit, talk a little football.
That's all good. That's all good. Carter, how was your SAT, brother?
It was good. It was good. I studied a lot, got it locked in. Feeling pretty good about the score. I'll find out Friday, but yeah, it was good. Took me away from the content grind a little bit, though.
People miss you. I missed you a little bit.
I miss you too, Coach Carl. But first, we got to address. I thought Oak Ridge was the David versus Goliath. What happened?
We're 2 weeks beyond that. The Oak Ridge. I was right though in the first half, but they just started passing the ball. What do you want me to do? They did everything I said to do, right? It was a while since we speak, but Joe is out for the season. I hope you know that.
The running back, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So there is no run game there, but we're going to pause on that. I want to talk about a team that actually has potential to possibly beat Folsom, but we're not going to talk about that because they don't see them till 2 weeks away. I want to talk about Granite Bay versus Rockland. I want to give Coach Jake a little leeway to express, his opinions on Granite Bay football and how does he feel about Granite Bay football with their big matchup.
It's going to be good, man. It's going to be good. It's been a good season. The two losses were to, two highly ranked NorCal opponents, Pittsburgh and then Oak Ridge, and both of those were kind of down to the wire. So I'm over here coaching with Coach Catolico, who just won his 200th game recently, and Rockland obviously has been, kind of a perennial area power, successful. I coached over there for the shortened COVID season when I first moved up here, and it's going to be a battle, man. It's going to be physical. Both teams are highly competent on defense and can control the football on offense. It's going to be the trainer needs to have some, Band-Aids and ice packs ready for everybody because it's going to be physical SFL game.
Yeah, with no disrespect, in my opinion, as I look at Rockland's strength of schedule and you guys' strength of schedule, in my opinion, I'm even though it is a league rivalry game, I still got Granite Bay winning though. Yeah, because when you only lose by I think 7 against a powerhouse team like Pittsburgh, you know what I'm saying? It just shows that you already, got the potential and you got a good running back, Isaiah. And I don't think Rockland got an answer to stop him, especially when you start pounding the ball as you are in league matchups because you got to win these league games. So yeah. I don't think Rockland has enough to really play out, and I don't really think they strength of schedule really can match with theirs. Yeah, they play Folsom, but everybody play Folsom. Y'all play Folsom, so I think you guys will give Folsom a good little run for their money. If y'all can keep Ryder Line on the sideline, like I have been preaching for the past 3 weeks, and I just feel like nobody is hearing me. So
some people have done it. Like Cathedral Catholic a couple years ago in the bowl game, ran the wing tee and I think threw the ball like 3 or 4 times in that game. That's kind of the secret sauce. The problem is you got to have the dudes up front to match them, and most people don't have that. So the few teams, the De La Salles, Cathedral, and there's a few others that can control the line of scrimmage. And frankly, the last little piece to it, you have to kind of take a piece out of their playbook. You got to go for it on fourth if you're on your side of the 50.
Ding, ding, ding.
You have to, because it's a whole possession, man. I mean, it's that every one of those you get buys you another couple minutes that he doesn't have the ball. So that's kind of the way you have to go about it. Like I said, not everybody can do it.
Yeah, you got to run the ball against Folsom. I mean, that's what Sarah did. Sarah ran their little Raider offense the last 2 years with back when they had all those like star guys before last year, like Jabari Mann, Danny Mew, all the guys like Malachi Smith. They ran the Raider offense against Folsom every time they played. That wasn't their base offense. They took the receivers off the field, and that's why they beat Folsom 3 straight years. And then once they got an O-line that couldn't dominate the same way, that's when they lost. And it's just a direct correspondence to the run game. So Sarah has kind of shown the secret sauce to beat Folsom in previous years. And I feel like not many SAC area teams have kind of picked up on that, but it seems like you guys have.
I hope so. We'll see what happens. It's one of many kind of great matchups that are coming up this week. I know you guys want to talk about get into the Wood Creek. I think it's Inderkum. That's going to be another very interesting one.
Wood Creek versus Inderkum. I don't know if you know anything about that one, Carter, but
no, I don't know. I don't know much. The game I'm looking forward to talking about is the St. Francis Sarah game. But
we're going to get into that one for sure.
Yeah, you guys cover the Inderkum one first. I don't know much about that.
Me and Jake, we're gonna go into it on that little Inderkum versus Wood Creek. Jake, who you got? Inderkum versus Wood Creek. Who you got? That's a big matchup, league matchup. Those are top teams. Inderkum, I think, is ranked number 1 in the D1 division.
They're up there. So in the CVC in the league that they're in, they're definitely up there. Coach Reber has been coaching the team. There were some things that happened, and he had to take over at the beginning of the year and has been coaching, and he's been successful everywhere he's been. He actually took over for me as athletic director when I left Inderkum to go to Oakmont and take the head job. Justin took over at Inderkum as the athletic director, and he's the head football coach. And that guy, he's doing a hell of a job, man. They're playing really good football. They don't run a ton of plays, but the handful of things that they run really well. But also hats off to Wood Creek and Coach Stowers, because he took over for somebody that had been very successful over the last few years, my friend Brad Hunkins, who now is actually coaching over at Rockland. And they flipped over from running the wishbone from a triple option offense to the spread, and they're 7-0 doing it. So hats off to that guy, man. He's got to be a candidate for coach of the year in the SAC area. I think so. It's a toss up. If you ask me to ask, if I have to say, probably Inderkum in a very close game.
No. I'm going with the upset. No, I'm going with the Wood Creek upset. They got a bad quarterback. They got a bad quarterback. His name is Joey Badass, and he's gonna come out there slamming. Yeah. He's good. He's a quarterback that don't get enough credit in the SAC area, bro. He can make plays with his legs. He can throw. They got another boy, Trace, out there. They got a solid run game. But I will say this, when watching Inderkum, and you do have to respect them, when watching Inderkum, their front seven is nasty. They have a nasty, mean front seven. They got 2 good linebackers that you just can't ignore. And I do think it's going to be a very close game, Inderkum versus Wood Creek. But Wood Creek has never done this before. So it's kind of like, how can you not root for them?
Yeah, for sure.
It's like they've never done it before. This is their first time ever being 7-0 in school history. They have never been to a section, and I'm rooting for Wood Creek big time, especially to take it, at least take it out there and try to win sections. Wood Creek beat Jesuit.
Yes, sir. They did.
He went in that Wood Creek went down there and beat somebody in that tough league y'all in, because that league you're in is no slouch over there. And so the fact to come out and put BTA to Jesuit week 1 that nobody expected that. Man, Wood Creek got a very special group.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And they do have, they have some a little bit of recent history. Brad got to the section finals a couple years ago and they lost to Grant. So the kids in that program have seen some success and development, and now Coach Stowers has come along and I think put them in a system where Joey now is able to distribute the football to 3 or 4 receivers. The run game minus all the guys that are in the box, because now you got everybody spread out, has really gotten those running backs the space to kind of run around and do the things that they're doing. And then obviously the piece that people miss a lot defensively, they're doing a heck of a job because that Jesuit is talented, man. I mean, when we walked out for the game, I looked at some of our coaches and I went, hey, this is going to be tough. They're big. They got a lot of good running backs. They have a tall, good-looking quarterback. So the fact that Wood Creek was able to beat them it was a big deal at the time. When we heard that score, we went, "Oh, wait
a minute! What happened?" Because I'm glad Wood Creek got out of that nasty. I mean, I'm not against completely the wing tee, but when you looked at that Wood Creek roster and that Wood Creek talent, it's like, man, you got wide receivers, you got kids that can run the ball, and you got a badass quarterback that can throw the rock. So it's like, can we mix it up? And so I really like that. I like that. I'm not gonna lie.
He did a great job, and I think not transitioning to the other game, so that we're going to talk about in the Bay. You want to talk about, Sarah is probably, as the young man Carter mentioned earlier, and I was over there, right? So I was the head coach at Carlmont High School right up the street. So I was around Sarah and kind of got to see, and I know Patrick Walsh really well. They do a really good job of lining up in that spread and kind of doing all the modern, inside zone, outside zone, all that cool stuff. But then they also get into that Raider system where they go foot to foot, 2 tight ends, 3 backs, and they slam it on you. And so it's going to be interesting to see them against St. Francis, the traditional power, South Bay power, that is predominantly an I-back team, smash it, power, counter trap, ISO play action. That game may be over by 9:30.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one.
Whoa. You got St. Francis beating Sarah?
No, not at all. But what I'm saying is, because if both teams decide to slam it the way that they do, that clock's going to run.
But the trick to it is Sarah has a new quarterback. They have a freshman starting quarterback. They have benched their original quarterback, and I haven't seen him. I don't even know his name.
His name is Will Orr. And by the way, just like Sarah football, I'm very familiar with Sarah football. I was a team manager at Sarah. I went to Sarah my first 2 years before I transferred. That's kind of where I got my love for sports and sports journalism. Obviously transferred schools, but I know a lot about the Sarah program. They got Will Orr, the freshman. I think he's a reclass, but he's a multi-position guy. He plays DB as well. I think against Valley Christian, he only threw 5 passes, but he was 3 for 5. So they are kind of a smash mouth team. And if we're talking about the St. Francis and Sarah game, I mean, I got this team that's like, I don't really see a ton of great matchups, but I see a ton of similarities. Both teams have absolute dogs at linebacker. St. Francis has Chase Cahoon, the Stanford commit. Sarah has Dylan Medina, who has the offers from San Jose State, I think Harvard, a couple other schools. They both got high 3 4-star safeties. Alatini, the BYU commit for St. Francis, and then Malachi over at Sarah. And then lastly, another similarity is running back. Last year was Nanawatu and Kingston Kianiana, which were the 2 best running backs in NorCal by far for Sarah and St. Francis respectively. This year, they both got guys that were dogs on JV 2 years ago, had to wait their turn last year as running back 2s. But look at Kaimani Kianiana, the little brother of Kingston, and Isaiah Singleton. I see similarities all over the place. This is as evenly matched a game as you can get.
I don't think this game is evenly matched, brother Carter.
No, I think we're giving Sarah looks really good in DubCal, and I know St. Francis struggled with Midi, but I'm telling you, these are like the exact same team. Like this team. These teams are the exact, even the O-line. Like St. Francis has Case Jacobson, my boy. He's committed to Lehigh, 2-way defensive lineman, offensive lineman. And then Sarah's got 3-star Lamani Fahoko, who does the same thing. It's literally, I see the exact same team.
So who in St. Francis is going to stop Charlie Walsh?
I'm trying to think about their
'Cause
secondary.
I feel like once Charlie gets out there on open field, nah, I don't. And then like you said, Zay's a tough cookie to tackle. Ain't nobody tackling Zay. I don't see it. I mean, they have a decent wide receiver, Sean Walsh. I think he'll be okay. He have some factors, but I think Sean McCoy on that D line. I think he'll get back there and he'll be aggressive. But I just don't see St. Francis winning this game. I think.
So you got Sarah.
I got
I
Sarah.
agree. I got Sarah too, but I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. I think St. Francis is a type of team.
I got Sarah about 21.
Whether St. Francis plays a good team or a bad team, as long as they're not an elite team, the score will be similar. That's the type of team St. Francis is. They will beat a bad team by a little bit and lose to a good team by a little bit. That's just how they are. They're competitive. They've had a lot of injuries. They run the ball a lot. They have a first-year quarterback. They have like a 4-deep running back room. They're not going to get blown out. I promise you. They're not going to. They're probably not going to win because I just don't think they have the top-end talent Sarah does.
They don't have the firepower. They may have the.
I agree.
But I don't think St. Francis has the firepower, but they do have the discipline. And I'm not gonna lie to you.
They'll keep it close. They will keep it close.
Yeah, I think so.
I think they'll keep it. I don't know. I think I got Sarah by 21.
I go 28-14 Sarah.
I think
the
only way Sarah puts up 28 is if they're throwing the ball all over the place. And if Sarah's throwing the ball all over the place, St. Francis is going to respond with 7-minute running drives.
I think Charlie, I'm trying to tell you, I think Charlie, I just have a gut feeling that Charlie Walsh is going to ball out.
But like you said with Folsom every week, it's like it doesn't matter if the ball's not in their hands. And I think that St. Francis isn't going to be able to march up the field at will against Sarah's defense. Obviously, I don't think St. Francis' offense is like elite. I mean, it's not bad. They're a good team, but like they're going to get good drives. They're going to get drives that take up 7-8 minutes. It might happen only once or twice, but that's still a quarter worth of football that St. Francis is just going to drain away. And that's a guaranteed because that's what they do every single game they play. That's all St. Francis does.
Yeah, and they're going to have to take some risks. I mean, at some point, they're going to have to go for it on fourth, in a short yardage situation to keep the clock going. And they are going to have to hit some of those traditional play action passes that they hit every now and then. They're not going to line up and fling it the way that Sarah can, but they do need to complete some of those if they're going to keep some of those drives going. I think they will. I think 28-14 Sarah that's a fair.
28-14? It is fair.
I think 28-14 is, I mean, and who knows, right? It's a high school football game. I've been doing this for 30 years, man. I've watched
St. Francis can come out and shock some people. You know, you never know. They could come out and shock some people. Look, ever since I started doing this content thing, kids has been doing some type of upsets and tagging me in it from like, oh no. So they may see these clips and get some type of St. Francis may see these clips and get some type of motivation and be like, yeah, nah, we want to just so they can tag at Coach Carl. See what you made us do, or some crazy stuff like that. So, I mean, yeah. And then Sarah got. I think Sarah will actually put up a decent fight against Reardon, but we're not going.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
When we cross that, because that's the last game of the season. Senior night. Them senior nights can be tricky.
Yeah, that's all that stuff's overrated. That's just stuff to get lost in for the fans. Like, I don't think.
I'm just saying, them senior nights can be a little bit tricky. Those are dangerous when you have senior nights. Right. I don't know who made that schedule for Reardon. I wouldn't put a team like Sarah over there in them senior nights.
I mean, that's an elite matchup. I mean, everyone's going to be at that game, though. I mean, Sarah, worst case scenario, both teams are 5-1, and even if both teams are 5-1, it's still a DubCal winner wins the league game. Like,
where is that game? Where is that?
It's in San Francisco.
That's at Reardon.
That's Reardon.
No, the St. Francis Sarah.
Oh, that'd be at Sarah this year.
Yeah, that'd be at Sarah. It's the Polynesian holiday.
Oh yeah.
So that's going to be. I'll be at that game Saturday. It's going to be popping. So now,
I gotta head out soon, by the way.
yeah, this is before we head out. Just give me about 3 minutes.
Got you.
So, quick question, y'all. It's been blowing up on my phone. And, it's just, I want y'all to give me your brief opinions. It's been blowing up on my page all day. Who do you guys have representing us in the North for the Open?
In the Open?
In the
We're
Open.
talking in the Open.
In the Open. You got De La Salle representing us in the Open?
Yeah, that's not really a question. I feel like
It's gotta be.
Folsom had that title for a little bit. They lost it. It's De La Salle's to lose. De La Salle just looks like a better team than everyone in NorCal. It's not much else to say.
Yeah.
Do you think Reardon?
Actually, maybe Reardon. Reardon has a shot. If Reardon can dominate Sarah and then take some momentum in the playoffs, they have a shot. But I don't trust Reardon because, I mean, what have they done in the playoffs? Nothing.
Okay. Look, that was it. I just wanted to hear people's opinions, man. That's it.
So Reardon has as much of a shot at De La Salle. Like Reardon, it should not be written off.
Are we sleeping on anyone?
Pittsburgh. You're sleeping on Pittsburgh because Pittsburgh, if they can tighten it up now, and I'm going to tell you something about Pittsburgh. So you have been seeing Pittsburgh a little bit depleted because they got a slew of guys that are just coming clear right now on transfers. And some of those kids that came from Clayton Valley and some other places they're also going to be contributors. So they're going to be heavy and deep going into the playoffs. If they can tighten it up a little bit, they'll have a shot.
I rock with Pittsburgh. I like Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh. Coach Carl has not forgotten about you, Pittsburgh. I haven't.
They're good. They're good.
Like
De La Salle good. I don't know if they're De La Salle good, but
especially in the playoffs, De La Salle's a team that translates to the playoffs.
Like I said, De La Salle makes the game boring once that postseason hit. Man, we're gonna run this football. We're gonna burn this clock. Sorry.
It works though.
Yeah, I mean that's playoff rules. Burn the clock, tackle, run the ball.
Yeah.
All that air raid stuff is cool in the heat in beginning, August, September.
It's another Folsom diss right here. It might be backhanded.
You're damn right. It's another Folsom diss. Yes, you damn right. All that air raid is all cool in the heat when it's warm outside and 85, 95 degrees. But when it start getting cold and chilly in that bay, a little moist, a little windy, a little cold, rainy.
You're not wrong. You better have an under center package ready to go.
Better have an under center package. And I know you, Mr. Ryder Line hater, Mr. Carter himself. I know you love Folsom so darn much.
I don't love Folsom that much, bro.
Yeah, you do. You love Folsom that. Yeah, you do. You do love Folsom.
No, I don't, bro.
You do love Folsom that much.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Bro, Folsom
I'm telling you right now, his ankle's a little tweaked, so he ain't been running this year like that.
Bro,
I'm just letting you know.
Folsom's not going to make that much noise in the playoffs. I just thought that they were going to.
Yeah, because I think they'll lose the Grant.
I knew they were going to spank Grant. I knew they were going to.
I don't know why you would. Okay, listen. I don't know if you really watched that game. That game was a lot closer than what y'all think.
It was close going into the half. It was close going into the half.
A lot
let it get away from them.
If you want to talk about that game just a tad bit, like I said, they stopped Ryder Line on the goal line at least about 4 times. What really transitioned that game is when J-Mo returned that kick and the penalties. The penalties was horrible. It was a lot of third down penalties that moved on and kept the momentum going. I'm trying to tell y'all, when they see each other in playoffs, y'all going to hear what I'm saying. That's why discipline is so key when playing football.
How are you going to say discipline's key and then pick Grant to win in the same sentence? Grant, I mean, I know they made improvements since then. I know it's kind of a wake-up call for them.
It's not even about
you can't look at that team's performance and say that they're a disciplined team that you trust in playoff football. I think they could be a good team, but they haven't shown you that. They haven't. It's hypothetical.
Carter is only 12 years old, so we're going to excuse
I turn 18 in 2 weeks, bro.
I'm going to talk to you real quick.
18 in 2 weeks.
You're the OG. You're the legend. So this Grant and Folsom thing is going to be flipped. You remember, I think it was back in 2009 when Grant played Folsom and Grant beat the dog piss out of him week 1. It was either 2009 or 2000. They beat the dog piss on him. Similar to the ass whooping Folsom gave Grant this year. And you know what? They met each other in the playoffs, and Folsom beat the dog piss out of them in the postseason.
So
we'll see.
I'll give you my 2 cents.
It could happen.
Couple things. Number one, we talked about the turnovers in that game, and we talked about the kick return where the kid, that's bouncing around, he picked it up and scored. And those things are significant. But if you were really watching, one of the things that a lot of people missed, there were some dudes wide open.
No, Jake.
They got Blake now.
No, Carter. I said that, Carter. I said they were wide open all game. The quarterback just couldn't get them.
Yeah, it's a different QB now. So the kid that transferred from Folsom, I believe, is now has the reins.
Blake Nycombe, baby. I actually know Blake Nycombe. That's
he's a good-looking kid. He does a good job. So they are going to be different, and they are tightening it up. Now that being said, closer game for sure. Can they beat them? That I guess that's for down the road, but definitely.
And by the way, they got 2 badass running backs at Grant that just got cleared transfer, and they're doing a great job. By the way, I'm just going to throw that out there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
should be a great week.
We're gonna do the East Bay game real quick before Grandpa has to go to bed here.
I gotta head out. I don't know.
Yeah, we can do it. We can talk about it.
I gotta head out though.
Bye, Carter.
See y'all.
See you, buddy. Campo Acalanes.
Campo Acalanes. Ooh, that's gonna be a good one. Who you got on that one?
So I looked at both of them. They're Acalanes is 7-0. Campo is 6-0. Campo is coached by truly a legend, Coach Macy. Incredible history at that school. Has just done a fantastic job. And recently, Acalanes coach Isaac has really taken that thing and run it up to a new level. They both have some wins that stick out. Acalanes has an early win over Midi, 33-12. They have a mid-season win over SI, 42-35. So close game against have beaten 2 WCAL schools. Campo beat Vanden, which is a defending section finalist.
Yeah.
And then they beat Monte Vista, which has been traditionally a very good EBAL school. So both run the spread. Both are
air raid
10 personnel spread, and but they can run the ball out of that. But they're both spread out, wide open attacks. It'll be good, man. It'll be a very good game. I think it'll be well attended. Both teams undefeated.
They wanted me to come to that game, but I'm just one person. Their quarterback Tyler Winkles has 18 passing touchdowns. Really athletic kid, but I'm big on the run game. That boy Josh Alerts, whatever his name is, the running back. He has 12 rushing TDs, and he's the DN. I'm gonna go with Acalanes.
Okay,
I'm going with Acalanes on that game. I like their firepower, but then again, Campo does have a good. They're another one with a pretty good preseason, and beating Vanden is pretty good. But like I said, Vanden is struggling at that quarterback spot. Vanden has a great defense, but Vanden is really, really struggling at the quarterback spot because when I went and watched them play Sac High, they were struggling just trying to get that ball out there. They have a good run game, but I'm gonna go with Acalanes on that game.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue. Yeah, I wouldn't be against that.
You're gonna go wrong with it, but that's a big time league matchup. But I gotta go. I'm gonna go with Acalanes. Acalanes, I'm going with you, baby. That's a big game.
Yeah.
Who you going with? Who you going with, Campo?
Man, when you're coaching and you're spending all your time like looking at, like I'm in it right now. It's hard for me to kind of peek around and see what else is going on. But from the little bit that I looked at, the only thing I'll say is this: Acalanes has the better resume so far.
They do.
They beat 2 WCAL teams.
I love Acalanes.
I could go Acalanes by a tug. I think. I don't think that would be irresponsible.
I think it goes to overtime.
It very well could go to overtime.
I think it can go to overtime.
Yeah.
All right, brother, man, Jake, I appreciate that, man. I got to go and clip these things up, and I'm gonna drop all of them all in the morning. So,
all right, buddy. Thanks for having me.
God bless you.
God bless. Take care.